this. Okay. And any other missing parentheses would make it not a well-formed formula. Okay. All right, and how does the next one read?
Al likes Airedales.
Okay.
Or Eric wants an English foxhound,
Mm-hmm.
comma, if not both, Catherine has a Catahoula, and Bob likes beagles.
Okay, so that's the sentence just putting in statement constants. And so we need to try to identify the main logical operator, and it's this right here, comma, if, okay? This tells us the main logical operator, and if then statements are conditionals, okay? And that means all of this is one part of the conditional, and all of this is another part of the conditional, so those will need to be held together by parentheses, so they stay together as one thing. But now what we have to decide is what part is the antecedent and what part is the consequent, okay? And our rule is the whatever follows if rule. Whatever follows if is the antecedent unless it's an only if. But here we just have an if. So this is the antecedent, all of that stuff. And antecedents go in front. So let me do that to keep all of this together. And it says not both C and B close it, okay? So now I want to put the consequent over here, keep it together as a consequent, A or E. Okay. Do we have some extra parentheses? Yes, we could do this. Okay. Now, a mistake that people are tempted to make when they read this, not both, they think, well, that means not C and not B, right? It's as if they pushed the negation through and they ended up with not C and not B, then A or E, okay? This is wrong, okay? You cannot simply push the negation through. So if you see not and then it says both, you know you put in a negation and you're putting up a parentheses. You're negating this following quantity. Does everybody understand that? Okay. This and that are not the same. I'll show you in chapter 3. You can push the negation through, but it does funny things. You get not C or not B. And to say that right now, in chapter 3, I'll show you that that's true. Okay. So, all right. So. This or this, perfect, okay? All right, so that will take us to the third one. Could you read?
Eric and Frank want an English foxhound.
Okay, Eric and
Frank.
want an English foxhound.
Or Gloria wants an English foxhound.
Okay, so that's what it would look like. And if we went straight from here, we would have this, and that would not be a well-formed formula, right? So the question is there any way, is there any indication of how the grouping should be? And people did very well on this one, actually. There's no comma that tells us how things are grouped, but when you read this part, it says Eric and Frank, and then it gives the predicate. Does everybody understand that? So when subjects share a predicate, what do? Group them together. So the grouping has to be like this. E and Frank or G. And most people got that exactly right, which was fantastic. Everybody understand that? So when subjects share a predicate, group them together, okay? And now that takes us to the last one, and what was that one?
Inigo?
Inigo?
Inigo, thank you. Inigo Montoya or Wesley is the father of Buttercup's baby.
Everybody understands that reference, right? All right, so that would be Inigo or Wesley. Now remember, yes?
The W is wrong. For the key, it's for a J.
We'll switch that to W for
Okay.
Wesley. Our or is what kind of an or? Inclusive or exclusive? Inclusive. Our or, so inclusive or, and that's represented by this symbol. This is an inclusive or, it means one or the other or both. Okay, that's what our symbol means. So this would be saying Inigo's the father, or Wesley's the father, or what? Both. Can both be the father?
No.
No. So we need to make this or an exclusive or. We don't have a symbol for exclusive or, but we have a way to fix it. We say this: it's either Inigo or Wesley, but it's not Inigo and Wesley. So we needed to add this on because it's an exclusive or. Did everybody got that? Well, most people didn't get that, so now we know, right? Does everybody understand that? So on the test purposes, you're going to assume that it's an inclusive or, unless you have reason to believe they both can't possibly be true. Does everybody understand that? So let me ask you just a hypothetical question. How many kings can a country have at one time? One. Okay, only one. It's a giant hint, you might want to write that down. Only one king at a time. Okay. Okay. Was there something else to say about wars? I don't think so. Okay. All right, so that was a review of the quiz. I would like, because people didn't do as well as I'd hoped, I would like to do some more of the homework in chapter 2, 2.6, I think it is, which we hadn't gone over, but let's go over it because it approximates exactly what you're going to be asked to do on the test. Yes?
Can we talk outside real quick?
Can we what?
Talk outside real quick.
Yeah.